course. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at two date functions that we have available to us in Excel. These two functions have been very useful to us. We use them very regularly and we felt therefore it should be shared with you, and these should be or make up some of the essential functions that you should have in your pocket, because there'll be a multitude of reasons or scenarios that come up in Excel where you might want to use one of these, and it will help simplify what you're doing in Excel. So those two functions are going to be end of month, or EO month, and EDate. So we have two different functionality available with those. So the first one, end of month, simply put, it will allow you to feed a date in, so like we have there in line 3, looking at columns B and C, the 1st of July, and that will return to us the last date available to us in that month. So for this will be the 31st of July 2018. One of the other factors in there is it allows us to say that we either want to return the last date or the end of that month for our current month we have fed in, or we can add dates to or take from that as well. So that'll do sort of a multitude of things of us. So we could either say, okay, we want the end of the month, but we want it off the following month or the prior month, or for the end of the current month we're feeding in. So that one being the 1st July 2018. So that's one functionality we have there of end of month. With EDate, what that will do, it will predominantly EDate is going to be used for to say, okay, we're happy with the date in terms of the number. So if we again go to the right hand side here for columns F to H, so the 1st of July 2018, it will allow us to take in that date. We can then feed in, similarly to our end of month function, the number of months we wish to add or take away, or enter a 0. Well, you could enter a 0, but I don't know why, so I take that back. Enter the number of months you'd like to add or take off of that date, and then it will return to you that result. So in that first one there, where we've said the 1st of July 2018, number of months to add is +1. So the result for that will be to return the 1st of August 2018, and it will just return the 1st of August 2018, whereas our previous function we looked at will obviously give us, being the end of the month, it will give us the last date within that month. So let's go through a couple of scenarios. So we just explain there what the two functions will do, but we'll go through a couple of examples for each, just so we're clear on one, how the function works, and two, obviously what the results are going to come back with. So to do with the first one in B and C, where we're looking at end of month, to enter this function, all you need to do is, as always, our equal sign, and this time type E, O, and then month. And you can see from the prompt we've got there, returns the serial number of the last day of the month before or after a specified number of months. So for all of these, what we're going to just do in here is enter our function. So I've done our open brackets. So we can enter our date, so it's the 1st of July 2018. And then our comma to go into the second part, which is months. So this is where we can enter the number of months we wish to add or subtract from that date. For our first main example, we're just going to put a 0 there because we don't want to add any dates. We want it just to still be that same month and year. It's just adding, finding the last date in that month. So if I then do close brackets, you can see that the result is the 31st of July 2018, and we can just pull that down, and you can see that regardless of the date, in terms of the day, so we've got the 1st, 23rd or 25th, regardless of the day, it's always going to pull through that last date within that month. What we can also do here is, rather than have the 0, we could put in here we want to add 2 months, or let's just do 1, it's a bit simpler. Just add 1 month, and you can see what it's going to do. It will take the 1st of July 2018, it will go to the next calendar month, what is August 2018, and it will then find the last day within that month, as you can see there. And that also works the same way, that if we added a minus into there, it's going to pull through the date before. And we can just pull that through just so you can see that example all the way through. So this works particularly well if you're trying to group data, or if, depending on any reporting structures, if you're trying to group all of your days or all of your dates to be towards the end of the month. So say we've got I don't know, various items or date entries that have happened throughout a month, you might want to group them all to be the end of the month for argument's sake. So this is a great way of being able to do that. And that's using end of month. So again, hope you enjoy that one. Lots of uses will be, I'm sure that'll give you for availability to manipulate your data and to move it into a certain format. So that's end of month and how to use it. And then you can just see it there, the function. Just clicked in there just so you can see it one last time, how that function looks. So it's just made it those two arguments. So the first being the date you want to feed in, and then the number of months you wish to add or subtract from that. If you don't want to add any month, and you just want the last date of the month you're feeding in there, then all you need to do is just add a 0 into there rather than the -1. So if I just do that then, now 0, you can see we've got the end of March there. Cool, so if we go to this next example here, so columns F to H, this time we're going to use the eDate function. So our primary purpose is just to retain the same date number, but we just want to add a number of months to that. So simply to do that, it's exactly the same or very similar format to end of month. So what we need to do for this one is we're going to do eDate and open brackets. And we can see that in eDate we've got to enter our start date, and then after the comma our second argument is the number of months. So all we need to do is select our date, so the first one here is 1st July 2018, followed by a comma, and then select the number of months. So this first one here is the number 1. And that's how the function looks in its entirety. So all we do is then hit enter, and you can see the result that we get. And if we just drag that down, you can see what that looks like throughout all of the examples we've got. So for the next one down, you can see we've got May, the 23rd of May. So this is a good example of showing the number of days. So that number of 23 will be retained. And all it's doing is adding on 4 calendar months so that we get to the September, because 4 months from May gives us September. And the same for other examples, the more extreme one being this one here where we're adding 6 months to 5th of August. So obviously it's then going to realise that then it's overgone a calendar year, so we're now into February 2019 rather than our starting point of August 18. And this works the same as previously discussed. If you want to take months off of this, we can do so. So our starting date here was the 8th of Jan 19 with minus 3 calendar months. So that then gives us the 8th of October 2018. So as you were seeing, they're very straightforward functions to use, but that can just give us that extra functionality to enable us to do any particular reporting requirements we might have. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification button so that you are notified every time that our videos come out onto YouTube. We've also got links below to our Instagram and our Facebook page where we also share updates of when new videos will be coming out. So again, if you haven't already, do give those a follow and that will help you stay up to date. And lastly, any questions, as always, Instagram, Facebook as just mentioned, or drop us a comment below this video and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you very much, and we will see you in the next video.